Hello world, it's G Fam coming at you with another little life update. We just wanted to go ahead and make a video to let you guys know how we
live
in a 30-foot travel trailer as a family of 4.
So if you guys like a video like this, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel, and we just thank you for your support. So I just wanted to show you guys around the master bedroom here. This is located at the front or the tongue of the trailer. And we're just gonna go ahead and just kind of like show you how we optimize this space and how 2 adults can share this little bit of an area and still get along. So naturally we have the bed here, and so to be able to store a lot of our clothes, we optimized this space a lot. When we first bought this trailer, this was just one big box. And so we put some dividers down at the bottom and then created a sliding top piece. That way we could optimize the amount of cubic inches inside of this thing, because you only had one dimension in the beginning and it was bins and it just wasn't that user friendly. We put some struts on here so that way we were able to do something with 2 hands, like when we fold, put everything away and things like that, so that it was more user friendly, so we weren't having to hold it with one hand. And so just the fact that we were able to have 2 levels on this was very helpful for us. Another thing that we really liked was to be able to have circulated air. Naturally we have the air conditioning which cools off the room, but we both like to have air flow in the room. So we just tried to find the smallest fan that we could get, and that way it oscillates, so we could point it, you know, just to control the air in the room, or to point it right at us so that we could just cool off really quick. TV, naturally, when we're somewhere where there's Wi-Fi, we like to hook up and do the Fire Stick. I put like a nice little wooden frame around this to just kind of accent the rest of the style of the house. What else? Lighting, obviously. We try to optimize as much lighting here as possible. I think this kind of sets the tone a lot, but this also like really makes it bright. And so when we're doing things like hanging out, playing board games, sometimes we sit here and plan a lot of our trips that are ahead of us. That makes perfect lighting. I'll go ahead on this side so that way you guys can get a better view. But same thing with like the closets. These closets were, they weren't very user friendly at all. It was a closet with 1 rod to hang your shirts, and let's face it, for my wife, she's tall, blouses and dresses, they kind of folded at the bottom. It just was not optimal for our living spaces. So we added some hooks here and some padding to baffle the noise from all the jingling. What I did is I installed shelves so that way, once again, we could optimize the volume of the space that we were allowed in. So you have 3 sections now instead of just 1. I installed like a jewelry box for her so that way she had somewhere to put all of her jewelry. And we decided to keep the mirrors simply because it makes the room feel bigger, and realistically we only have 3 mirrors in this whole house if you think about it. So kind of want to look at yourself sometimes in the mirror. We optimized lighting and tranquility with these shades, because naturally before it was just a valance at the top. It just kind of went with the older decorations and it didn't block the window by any means. All we had before was these old shutters, and let's just say they did what they needed to do for the time that they did it. We also tinted the window to block out a lot of the light. For those mornings that we want to sleep in, we're able to do that and really make it nice and cozy in here and dark. And as far as like storing shoes and things like that that kind of go along with the clothes, we wanted something low profile so that we could still walk through here. And I would have to say, between my wife and I, these are probably one of the favorite things that we've ever bought for our house. This is one of the first things that we've ever bought, and they came from IKEA, and they come in a set of 2 and they stack like this. And the best part is for travel life, they have a rim along the top, so you can set things up here and know that they will stay on top of the surface. They fold out like this, and you can stick all your shoes nicely and organized like that, and then just with a very low profile, they just go right back in. Very simple, very efficient. There's no hardware, no hinges, nothing really can go wrong. You can pop that drawer out, clean inside the cabinet if you needed to. We love these things. They're just phenomenal. I love my hats. And this was something that we found on Facebook through social media. A woman makes these, hand makes these, and we got, and I'll leave the description down, or the link down below in the description, where you can find one of these hat racks. But it's actually really cool, because then you can put all your hats together, and it's really low profile on the wall once again, and just kind of like tuck them all away. Naturally, I had, once again, shout out to Command Hook. We had 1 million command hooks. We should have bought stocks in it when we bought this trailer. I had 1 million command hooks going around the corner of this. I'll probably be able to show you a clip of before, when the old setup. But this is a lot more efficient. It kind of looks a lot cleaner than the old look. And that just kind of helps me keep my hats nice and tucked away, and to be able to keep them safe. Naturally, when we bought this trailer, another upgrade that I liked a lot was when we bought this trailer, this is all we had for the side of our bed as far as a nightstand. We didn't have, like, you know, a drawer or anything, and you can't compromise this, because this is the undercarriage storage for like your outside stuff, like your portable grill or your chairs or anything. So I couldn't really compromise this and put a drawer in there. But what I did is, my wife bought these baskets, and I went ahead and made basically a box for this box that it goes in. So you have a nice drawer system here, and then something to set all your stuff on top of it. Small little detail upgrade. Went ahead and made some coasters with some of the leftover wood, so that way we could protect the finish of this wood while we have like drinks on the side of the bed or anything like that. And I think that pretty much does it for our room.
All right, so now we are in our main living area, and there are quite a few things that we have done to optimize our space. The first thing I want to point out is this lovely sunglass holder. It just keeps them out of the way. They're right as you walk out the door or in the door, and we all wear sunglasses, so it's a great upgrade. Next thing is kind of trying to show you how we organize, or some things that we got to organize. These set of drawers right here we purchased at Walmart, and I absolutely love them. They don't go all the way over, so I have some storage over here on the right. You can see some extra jars, and then we have our like cook stuff in jars and some extra seasonings. We decided to take away our microwave and put in food storage. We need to go grocery shopping. And so this is our food storage area, which is usually like, you can't get the door closed, but it works, especially with having a door on it. It totally helps utilize the space. Down here, this was automatically an open space, but we just put like a rod over it to hold our spices, the ones that we use every day and need to get into. One of the things that I made, and I'm so proud of myself, is this little divider. I had little white plastic things in here, but they took up so much space, I was losing this space. So by making this little divider out of spare wood, it totally helped. Another thing that we use in the kitchen to help with space is this little thing right here that we got from IKEA. One of the best purchases ever. It all stays up there while we're traveling. We don't have to move any of these things that I've showed you so far while we're traveling, which is such a blessing. We also purchased this dish rack to get it up off the counter. You only have so much counter space in here, so you need, and if you watch my clean with me video, you will see how many dishes can fit in this dish rack, because you see the sink's pretty big, and this rack holds all of that. Our next area is the office. This is a very minimal area. We don't really have too much organized space here. We have a little shelf here and a shelf there that we added. This is like an extension to our kitchen, kind of. And really it's just about workspace and adding a little homey vibe. Over here in these cabinets is where we hide a lot of our junk. We have cups, cutting boards, our blender, pots and pans. And behind this area, which you can't technically see, is like our cooking pans. And then we have our Instapot and a popcorn maker and a little waffle maker down here. So like what you would naturally get in a kitchen, minus a few things probably, is in all three of these cabinets. We just figured out a way. I definitely love this right here. It's a little rack to hold the pots and pans. We haven't traveled with it yet, so I'm curious of how that will work, but my husband secured it to the wall, so I think it will work pretty well. Another thing that we use a lot traveling is games. So this is our game area. We have some shoved back there. We have movie candy. And so you just pull this down and get what you want to play and pull it out and play. We also hide a lot in this cabinet right here. This is our, if it doesn't fit anywhere, it's gonna fit in here cabinet. So we have like a little medicine cabinet, some extra supplies, cleaning supplies, and paper towels. Our toilet paper goes here, which we need some. Rags. Our kids' long sleeve stuff goes here, and then we also have a plastic bag container right there. So yeah, that's pretty much our whole space of hiding. Oh, we have one more space that we hide stuff down here, and this is me and my daughter's extra shoes, and our filing cabinet. Our water pump is also down here as well, so just anywhere you can find a place to hide it, utilize that space, and then utilize organization in that space. We also upgraded the table and made it bigger so that way all of us could sit there comfortably. If we have guests, we just pull over this chair and utilize it here. So this was a nice upgrade. Yes, we can't sleep anybody anymore, but when you're living in it full time, you don't need to sleep in it as much as you need to eat at it, do homeschool at it, play games at it. Like this is our little hub right here. So I think that's it for our common area, and I will let Grant show you the bathroom.
Alright guys, so if you want to come on and squeeze into this little area here, I'll show you the best I can of how we've optimized our space in here. So naturally you need space for, there's girls in this house, so there's like barrettes, hair accessories. I don't even know what they're called. There's a lot of hair stuff going on in this area, scrunchies and like headbands and stuff like that. So ultimately this thing was made for shoes to go in, and you hang it up in your closet or whatnot, but we've altered it in a few different ways. It used to be a little bit wider and probably a little bit longer, but we've narrowed it down to this is the amount of space that we need. Toothbrushes, lotions, hairsprays, things like that kind of just go over in this area. If you've seen one shower, you've seen them all. The only thing that we usually do is we put a bin in here for wet clothes and a small trash can for wet towels, so that way we're not putting them in our hamper and kind of like making that a situation you don't want to deal with. So we also installed one of these nifty soap, conditioner, and shampoo dispensers, kind of like the hotels do. That definitely helps for being able to see how much of that product you have, and just to kind of optimize the space so you're not like taking up the little bit of shelves that you have. Also what we've done is we've put command hooks, shout out to command hooks again, We put these command hooks in here for, like, say we go swimming or something and we don't want to hang up our clothes outside. We can just hang them in here and they just drip into the tub. No fuss, no muss, because it's a tub. We've put hooks here for our towels right from when we get out of the shower. We installed a toilet paper holder here that has like a 2-in-1, the holder and a shelf. Same thing in here, you know, just simple. We kind of just keep like extra overflow products in there. There's like nail products, feminine products, and some extra like tubes of soap and things like that. But we've kind of like utilized as much space as we can in there. A sink is a sink. Is a sink. You just wash your hands and do what you do in sinks. As far as in here, same thing. We just keep like all the toiletries that you would possibly think of. Face washes, Q-tips, Band-Aids, deodorants, lotions, toothpaste, toothbrushes, this, that, and the other. And we just kind of try to keep it very simple in there, because when you're in such a small area, you don't really want to like fluster yourself with like all of this stuff. So we try to keep it real simple in there, and that's what we use the overflow closet for that Kim had showed you guys before. Hand soap right there behind the faucet, so that way you'll be able to just soap up and clean off. Dry your hands right here. We installed this rack. Shout out IKEA. That was a good purchase as well. Love it. And we upgraded the toilet to a porcelain toilet. I know a lot of you out there who live in sticks and bricks are probably thinking porcelain toilet. Everybody got a porcelain toilet. Not when you live in a lunchbox. There used to be a door here. Took that out because that was just it was a lot going on in this little bit of an area. So to just kind of go with the theme, the Bohemian farmhouse theme, we put up some curtains. That way it gives you the privacy, but also doesn't take away from the space, because the door literally swung out and you could close the door and shut their room and things like that. But that's a story for another time.
All right, so we are gonna do our kids' bedroom now. Sometimes we have 3 children in this house, but for this travel we'll only have 2. So you're only gonna see 2 children's living space. So up here is our middle daughter, June. She likes to roll her blanket and it likes to run away. For the most part, we let them decorate the top completely themselves. It's the only space they have. It's very limited, and so we just allow them to go with it. I installed these curtains so that way they could have a little privacy. They can put it whichever way they want. It goes all the way across, and then it just kind of moves out of their way. This is our youngest son's bedroom area. Again, he decorates it how he wants. He's more of a minimalist like his mom, other than his sister up there. And he has a curtain as well that helps just keep solitude. Sometimes you just want to be left alone, and that curtain is their polite way to say, leave me alone. And then down here, where sometimes is where our oldest daughter lives, we are currently using it for storage. We haven't yet, but we plan to do a Sam's Club haul, which will fill that up with snacks and some drinks here. These containers are their toys. This is some camera stuff. This is school stuff, which will be out of here come August. And then this is just extra supplies that I've ordered over the last couple of months to have while we were traveling and not have to worry about ordering. So it's just really a good storage area underneath there. We installed a shower hook for them in here because having that many towels in the bathroom can be a little difficult. My daughter likes to utilize this shelf for all her extra stuff that she has. We have a cabinet, and with the cabinet comes child locks, so when you're traveling, the doors don't pop open. Also, the cabinet is secured to the wall, so it's not going to move while we're traveling. They each have 2 cabinets, shirts, bottoms, and then down here they share bathing suits and pajamas, which my son didn't put those away in the right spot. As you see, They organize it themselves. I don't come in here and just close that door, call it a day. So this is the little space that they have, but we definitely utilize it to the best of its abilities. When they take their toys out, they most likely go on the kitchen. Sometimes they go outside if weather's permitting and spread out and play. They don't really do too much play in here unless maybe it's on a rainy day. So hope you enjoyed this tour. I hope it helped you get a little step into our life and see how we live in such a small space. I know sometimes people get very intimidated when we say we live in a 30-foot travel trailer, but even though this space is small, our lifestyle is so free, and so we don't ever feel confined to this small space because the United States is at our fingertips, and maybe one day out of the United States. So, all right, we'll see you later.
All right, well, we just really appreciate you guys coming along and just taking a tour through our little tiny house, and we just appreciate you guys taking the time to just take a look into our life and to be able to see how we do things in such a confined space.
If you have any questions about something that you've seen in the house and would like more information about it, please put it down below. I would love to share, especially if you're thinking about living this life. It can definitely be done. We're not the only family out there doing it, so
Yeah, for sure. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.
bye.